The question is, how well has Danny Rowe done so far? We'll be discussing that in today's video, and if you do enjoy this kind of content, remember to leave a like, put in post notifications and subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. Since joining Rangers, Danny Rowe has been on a roll. He's came in the Scottish Premiership. He's won 12 games out of 14 games, and he's drew only 2 of them and lost 1, which was against Hearts away.
That's actually quite good. That
Obviously, that game was very up and down, but in today's video we'll be talking about all of that. Obviously, I've done videos on how Danny Rowe came in and what he's done, what he's expected from his Rangers team, and why currently they're sitting 10 points ahead of Hearts in the league table since he was appointed, and he's by far the best. They've got 35 points in that since he was appointed, which is crazy to think about. If you were telling me maybe 16 weeks ago that Rangers were going to be second in the table and only 6 points behind the 4 point, I think it's 4 points behind the leaders, you would have probably dropped dead, honestly, because it's crazy how he's been able to kind of build this up and make fans believe again, because the amount of things I've saw on Twitter and fans are starting to sell at Ibrox again. Obviously fans will take digs, but Ibrox, Celtic Park as well, if the team's not playing well, the stadium won't sell out, but it looks to be that it's starting to sell out and fans are starting to believe again, and there's reasons to that. But so what are the reasons? Obviously I'm trying to get my viewer retention up, so I want you to tell me the reasons how I can do better. And I'll put it into people who have not subscribed yet, so do it. Please. Do it. But Danny Rowe came in and it was simple. He wasn't like Russell Martin, he had a philosophy. We all knew he could adapt to certain situations differently. The thing between Danny Rowe and Russell Martin was Russell Martin was setting a philosophy. Fair enough, Pep Guardiola's philosophy worked out for him. But the thing with Danny Rowe's is, he doesn't have a philosophy. He's just been taught how to adapt to different situations. For example, Sheffield Wednesday came in, as I said this in my last video when he was when he was appointed. I said, well, he came into Sheffield Wednesday, he was like, they're not very good at the back, so we'll go 3 at the back. He even done a 4-2-3-1 because it essentially could turn into a 5 at the back. And he does that at Rangers because he's realised the problem. He's quickly found the solution. What he's done also at Rangers, he's brought in a set piece coach because he feel it's a strong point in the league to be good at set pieces. Obviously the set piece coach is doing his job because Rangers probably score a set piece every second game, if not every game. Manny Fernandes is obviously he's been linked by the Dortmund and Bayer Leverkusen because of the set piece coach has told them what positions to be in to get a better goal and scoring opportunity. But Danny Rowe has obviously came into this role and he's knew what to expect. Russell Martin came into this not knowing what to expect, and obviously Hearts having had many different form has helped this massively. But Celtic, Wilfred Nancy losing 6 and 8 massively helped in the grand scheme of things. Celtic don't do that usually, and obviously Rangers are now 2 points ahead of them, and I'll have a video on this as well. Celtic don't look to be strengthening enough, in my opinion, to be able to lift the league trophy at the season, end of the season. But by going off the statistics that I don't like today, and just going off a way the fields turn it looks like Hearts will lift this league. But Danny Rowe is ready to put up a right shift. Rangers have been linked to strikers for 3 million in the third division of Germany. And Danny Rowe, as I said, all he has done is fed small bits of information. He's got the priorities of the league right. You have to be defensively strong in this league because of long balls. He's putting 2 centre back. He's signed a lot of tall players because the league is physically demanding. And even players have came out like Conor Barron, Tav, Max Aarons, Gassaman, Majowski. They've all came out and said he's just feeding us small things so we can grasp onto it and then do better. And obviously Chermiti, when he first came in and he started a couple of games, and you were like 10 million. Are you sure? What's going on here? And then he looks like a completely different player. He's getting there. And obviously there's been bids rejected for 13, 15 million from Fenerbahce. But that's not about it. Why? It's mind blowing why they're doing so well. What can they continue this? That is the real question here, because Danny Rowe came in October, not any big expectations. By the way, if you hear a horn, it's not me. No big expectations, but he's now in a position where even though they're in a title race, there's no expectation on Rangers to win this, because the fans were dead and buried essentially. Like, they just couldn't believe that this was going to happen, but now they do believe, and there's hope there. But that's not expectation. That's just been like, wow, like, how are we in this? Hearts probably have a big expectation on their hands because they've never been here, so they don't know what it's like. And Celtic, on the other hand, they have a massive expectation because Martin O'Neill, big name, came back, was to come back and win, and they've not done that. And there's obviously a lot of expectation on the board. So I think a lot of things are falling into place for Rangers, and whether they can go and bring that title home, I'll be discussing that closer to the time, because obviously the next 5 fixtures are massive for Rangers. But I'm not going to be talking about that today, because this video could be 100 years long. But guys, summary of the video is, I think Danny Rowe's doing amazing. Obviously, if they can get a couple more signs before the 2nd of February, it would be amazing for all the Rangers fans out there, because they could, in Scottish football as well, because there could be a very challenging title race if Rangers are strong, Celtic are strong, Hearts are strong. So if you did enjoy this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and good